Yo, welcome back, people. Welcome to our Weekends with the Warning. Now, today I have a Warning Army video. Thank you to the Warning Army for this video. 20 questions for 2023 MTV. Let's jump straight into it.
Never want to leave Mexico. There's something so special and healing about going back to the place you grew up in and just recentering yourself, grounding yourself.
With some tacos, that's all I ask for.
Yes, exactly.
Hey MTV! I'm Danny.
I'm Pau.
I'm Ale.
And we are
The Warning!
And we're answering 20 questions for 2023. Well, we've been a band for almost 10 years now. I think I was 14, you were 16, and you were
10, 11.
We played the video game, the Rock Band, and we were just in love with rock music. Danny started playing the guitar, I started playing the drums, then Ale started playing the bass.
And it felt so right.
Music is definitely our biggest outlet for us to process what we're going through, especially with our mental health. So when one of us brings a song that is clearly talking about something that somebody else is going through, it's like, hey, you want to talk about it? When we write in Spanish, it just feels so much more meaningful. When we travel around the world and we go to places where people don't speak Spanish, and you see them just singing at the top of their
word,
every single word. Just being able to share that with the world is something that's very, very beautiful. We were playing our first ever festival in Germany.
Sorry, I just thought I would fix up the video so it's on the whole screen. But yeah, here we go.
Our stage was indoors, kind of hidden.
We felt like fish out of water. We were about to step on stage and you could hear the crowd roaring, "Oh, Warning!" Stepping on international stages and seeing the crowds waving Mexican flags around is something that's really special, and it's wonderful that we can do that with our music. Taylor Swift. We recently went to the Taylor Swift concert in Mexico City, and I was crying my eyes out.
Martirio is our second song that we ever made in Spanish.
I always cry with that song.
Yeah, we always cry. What it talks about is that we all go through a certain type of pain throughout our life. It's something that makes us human, and it's something that when we accept it, it could unite us. I say that I acted very chill and very cool.
She did not.
But my sisters told me that I was completely starstruck when I met Matt Bellamy, the guitar player from Muse, because he's my freaking idol.
Our first ever show in Europe was a stadium.
With Muse,
Look, I got chills. It's just so crazy. Family is our whole world, basically. And not only our immediate family, but our work family. They're literally some of the closest people.
And we're the people that we see the most. We live with them in a bus. My mom's homemade asado de puerco with rice. It's just so special when we get back home. And my mom just makes this big pot of asado de puerco. It just hits a different spot. I could eat that for the rest of the month. Every Mexican will always be Mexican food is the best.
And I genuinely believe that, though.
We're proud of it.
We've traveled so much.
Mexico does have really good food, I have to say.
And nothing hits harder than a sopa de tortilla when you're
Anytime I need a pick-me-up, I go for an elote de la Purísima. Anyone in Monterrey will get that. That will be amazing.
Maneskin, they're really cool. Olivia Rodrigo. It's just seeing this resurgence of pop rock and people leaning more to rock sounding things. Something that's very typical, at least for us. It's Sunday barbecue. It's when you can see usually your extended family.
The family day.
The family day. It's a very big thing in our culture. Swapping stories. I mean, I feel I remember all the tios gather around.
Yeah. But it's gossiping.
But look, you learn from all their mistakes.
We definitely grew up in a culture and in a space where storytelling was really encouraged. I mean, we have a whole album that is just storytelling. We have a concept album. The best piece of advice I ever got was with our sound engineer, Lalo. Lalo told me hey, just have fun. I burst into tears.
I remember.
It's so simple, but I feel like it's something that we forget sometimes. Christmas posada?
It's a big Christmas party.
Like, there's so many things that you do in posadas that are like, you play la loteria, you have las piñatas.
And then like different activities, and then you sing.
And food as well is
posada.
very specific. You have the tamales, you have churros, you have a lot of desserts. We are very like big on desserts in Christmas.
Singing posada, like pidiendo posada. I feel like that's a very
Yeah, it's a thing. So our first show ever as a band was a
In a
posada. It was our
school
school's posada. We were like, no, we're not that stereotypical or whatever. And we were like, our first show was at a posada.
it was.
Oh, we talk like almost telepathically all the time on stage. You guys do it.
Yeah, we do it a lot.
Ale
I always
comes
go with
me,
on the drums.
and we start talking while we're playing. She's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm feeling horrible. And she's like, you can do it.
I'm like, 2 more songs left, girl. You got this. Like, we're almost done.
That's cool. You know what they should do? They should mic them up. Well, obviously they're mic'd up, but it would be cool to hear them on stage talking to each other. I think that would be cool.
We just communicate very well.
Yeah.
Because we love each other so much and we only want what's best for each other. So by communicating these things, we can look out for each other. I remember our first ever festival in the US. I don't know if you were nervous, but I was really
We were all
nervous.
really nervous.
It was
Welcome to Rockville.
Being Mexican women in a stage where there was not a single Mexican person there except us and our team. But music always pulls through. It's a universal
Music speaks
language.
for itself.
So people reacted really nicely when we have our big like Mexican shows,
Yeah.
and people travel from all around the world to come see us. And these fans are meeting each other for the first time
at
in
our
person,
shows.
but they're best friends, and they get so emotional, and it's such a beautiful thing to see.
Just being proud of being who you are. We are really proud of being Mexicans. We love sharing that message, and we love sharing our culture with people.
And knowing that no matter what you do, you're gonna do it like in a Mexican way. So
Yeah.
just do it.
Be proud of it.
Completely.
Yeah.
Go get it. Viva Mexico.
Thanks for watching.
Tell us how you heal.
Share in the comments and go to hiddenhealers.org to take action on your mental health.
Wow. Thank you, The Warning Army, for that. Thank you guys for joining me today on the Weekends with The Warning. And I'll see you tomorrow for our Weekends with The Warning. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.